One of this channel's most popular videos ever is where I paint a whole day with monochrome glasses, making it impossible to see the difference between different colors.
I had forgotten how impossible this is to see.
It gave some really cool color schemes, and I've been really wanting to make another one of these for a long time. So here we are, ready for round number 2 in painting a whole day completely colorblind. Okay, so last round we got a pretty ugly skeleton and two really cool miniatures. I hope I can do a repeat and be happy with at least 2 of the upcoming paint jobs. And before you say, hey Emil, this is not how color blindness works, to that I say, I know, except for the ones who have a color blindness exactly like this. Anyway, I think it's time to just get started with the painting.
To kind of prove exactly how I'm gonna see with these glasses, we've set up 2 cameras, one with a red filter on it, and one that's without the red filter, so you can see exactly the difference between if I would have seen with color and if I see without. I'm ready, bring him on. I had forgotten how impossible this is to see. I mean, this looks like an ivory, but it's probably not because he's smiling at me. I don't know, let's go. It's gonna be fun. Let's start with...
Okay, I had forgotten how difficult this was and how straining it was on the eyes. The biggest problem when painting is that you only see red light values and none of the blue and green light values.
Scott Summers of miniature painting.
Meaning that a bright blue is actually darker with these glasses than maybe a dark red would be.
So difficult to see if I've actually covered areas, so I'm just, you know, I'm taking a gamble on a lot of things. I think this could possibly be black, I don't know.
But that's also part of what makes this challenge fun and gives very random results.
Okay, what could be a brown color? Perhaps, I don't know.
Like this blue, for example, that looked like a medium to dark brown color. But that didn't stop me from trying to make a green goblin with a black robe and a brown hood.
It's time for me to see how this one looks. I'm actually really excited. Yeah, let's just do a grand reveal. Let's go. Whoa. Okay. Goblin on spice. This is kind of weird because the red looked so much brighter than the green. This reminds me a bit of the skeleton we did last time. Let's jump into the next one. Okay, I'm ready for round number 2. Lucas, you got a palette for me? Oh no. Everything looks like pale gray. Seriously, all of these look beige. This one looks a little bit pink, but then it's like black. I think I'm gonna start with an airbrush. So I'm gonna ask Lucas to give me this color in the airbrush first.
To save me some time, I decided to do his vest and the base coat of his skin tones with the airbrush.
He's getting blue skin.
I then added a first highlight layer through the airbrush on the skin as well. I'm not sure if this helped because Lucas then removed this color from the palette and told me that I had to mix it myself. What a friendly guy. He wasn't all evil though. This time he actually didn't put any red paints on the palette, so I wouldn't mistake any dark reds for being brighter than they actually were. So I felt kind of happy with the base tones I added. But then came the highlights.
You're adding more colors.
And 40 minutes in on this one and about 1.5 hours in total, my eyes started hurting like all get out.
So in my eyes, this face is starting to look good. But I know that I'm probably badly mistaken.
Because these glasses are usually made for people who want it easier to fall asleep. So if you try to focus with these for too long, well, it's gonna hurt.
Okay, I have been at it for an hour now. Probably painted half the thing out of frame, but it's okay. My eyes are seriously starting to give up. The face looks good, the rest looks quite bad for me. Let's remove my glasses and see. Oh! What in the world? It looks like the goblin, but it's not. Why they only paint with greens? I don't even know what to say. This was a surprise. I'm not super happy with this. Take a look at this. That kind of looks good for me. Then when you remove it, it's funky. Like to select greens, Emil. That's your favorite color, isn't it? 2 for 2 fails.
Okay, those two first were honestly quite disheartening. I had a hard time being happy about what I did, especially comparing to the second one I did the first time I did this video. That skeleton looked rad, and this time both kind of looked green, weird, funkish. So this time Lucas told me he's gonna put all of the colors in different categories, so maybe I can pull something epic off. I don't know. Let's find out.
Okay, so we got the color categories here. I'm guessing this is white and black. Otherwise I'm gonna be sad. I think this is dark, I would say green or blues, but I don't know.
And guys, before I start painting the last one, I just wanted to remind you guys that we have the coolest looking t-shirts on the internet, like this one inspired by a 90s board game, I don't want to say which one, and this one, that's an orc on a skateboard. Seriously, they're so cool. And there's still 4 more days with 10% off if you use the code VILLAINBOY. Link down below. You know what they say, third time's the charm. I had a vision of making a green non-metallic metal armor. Having the staircase she's standing on in sort of a dark turquoise blue and giving her light blue wings. But for some weird reason, in all of these 3 paint jobs, every time I wanted to paint something brown, I decided to paint it turquoise. So here you go, a turquoise tree.
I think this rock thing is starting to look good, but I've got no idea if it actually does or if it's all in my head. I've gotten a bunch of contrast paints here, so I'm going to select the brightest one of these as a base coat for the wings. And then I'm going to take a darker one and YOLO to make it darker. Okay, let's go with this one. And then we'll use this for the shadow.
Okay, so pink might not be a bright blue as the highlight, but at least I managed to nail the shadow color.
He's messing with my mind. He stands here laughing and saying that it's gonna look good. No, trust me, it's gonna look good. I don't trust him. I don't trust him for 1 second.
Airbrushing in the shadows on the wings, painting the mantle, which actually in its base tone had quite a good color. But of course I could mess that up by changing the vibrant red into more of a skin tone, because who doesn't have a skin cloak?
YOLO, this is gonna be the armor color. I don't know what it is, but I'm using it.
So a purple armor it was. And 2 hours in on this bad boy, my eyes started giving up big time. And when that starts happening, it's time to call it done.
So the miniature is probably quite far from done, but I've been at it for like 2 hours, I don't know at this point, and my eyes are really starting to hurt. So I think I'm gonna stop here. I would have liked to highlight the wings. Yeah, I can't do it anymore. I think I'm gonna do a grand reveal and yeah, show you how it looks. Whoa. Yeah, I did not expect that, but there's a few things that kind of look good though. I'm not sure about the armor, but the face, I really like the face. So what is the verdict? Well, I'm still happy I did this. My eyes are hurting as all get out, but it was fun. Did I come up with a new cool color scheme that I'm gonna use later? Probably not, but it was still fun.
And guys, don't forget to check out the rad t-shirts, 10% off, use the code VILLAINBOY.
Thanks so much for watching. If you want to support the channel, check out the Patreon. Honestly, that is such a great way of supporting the channel and help pay my salary every month. A massive thanks to all the patrons that do that. You guys are awesome.